So hello folks, a very good morning to all. I am from the team of Mission Iceland with Integrity. So let me begin the session, the rise of AAP and the central question. So when we discuss about Aam Aadmi Party, the Bharat Janata Party, or we can say that the National Party, the Congress or INC Party, Indian National Congress. So based upon the question, who is governing India? So who is dominating India? Whose power has been running? We all know that the Bharatiya Janata Party, the leader Narendra Damodar Das Modi, has been governing India, right? So my question is how the AAP is rising and what are the different perspectives of holding a central government? What are the different hurdles they usually facing with the different parties? So when I usually had a study on this article or the editorial, I usually came to know certain questions how the AAP is rising in different states of Punjab, we can say that Goa, Himachal Pradesh, how they are making their footprint in dominating the central government, in dominating the national parties, right? So my question is that you might be having lot of memes, right, in the Instagram pages, in the Facebook pages, or in YouTube, right? So you have many memes, right, in support with the different films where he has given his view, right? Arvind Kejriwal ji has given his view. There are different memes which he usually has criticized. So this is called politics. If one person get affected, then definitely the other person is not going to keep themselves silent. Right. So this is how the politics has been running on. So when I usually comes to know about AAP rise, and definitely I want to give some ideas on the government of BJD, Biju Janata Dal, then after Congress, which is in Calcutta, as well as the YSRCP, which is there in Andhra Pradesh. So Jagan Mohan Reddy, who is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, as Odisha, Navin Patnaik, and Calcutta, Banerjee ji. Okay, Mamata Banerjee ji. So when I usually discuss about all these things, when I usually discuss about all these three parties which has dominating in their respective states, so why these states are not being inculcating their footprint in different states? Why these domain you can say the parties are not at all giving their footprint? One is central dominance, we can even say that central dominance in the sense how we are relating the people, how we are making our steps to the to an expansion of how we are making ourselves more progressive in the field of education, in the field of employment, in the field of skill generation, as well as in the field of study, or in the field of what, in the field of labor, in the field of labors, uh, parties, we can say that in the field of how the schemes are being governed and what are the schemes to be given to the peoples who are staying below as well as under poverty. So these things usually matters when we usually discuss about the rise of AAP and the central and a central question. So even we know that the domination party, which is Bharatiya Janata Party, is been ruling for 10 years. We can say that for for 2 decades he has been elected as the Prime Minister of India, Sri Yukta Narendra Damodar Das Modi. So when he was in his rule, in his teenager, he has done a lot of things like Swachh Bharat, which has been appreciated whole over country, whole over world. It has been appreciated because India is underdeveloped country and it is a young nation. That's the reason why it has been stimulating the ideas and stimulating and propagating the ideas of how we are living in the generation, right? So sorry for that. Yeah. So when I usually discuss about all these stuffs, when I usually discuss about all the criteria which are even needed, then definitely we can say that the era of Modi has dominated. The era of Modi has dominated the country and is been outsourcing, or sorry, not outsourcing. It has been sourcing, not out. It is sourcing different schemes, different policies to generate as well as to implement the development fundamental criteria to developmental procedures of how we are in this world. Okay, the strategy in 2019. So what is the strategy of 2019 with reference to AAP? So here the AAP government has dominated, or we can say that has synchronized themselves in the state of Punjab, because Amrinder Singh, who has already been, we can say that he has been retired, or we can say that army person who has then resigned himself from the chief minister force in Punjab. So it becomes an effective strategy that how the government is crumbled. Which government? The government of Congress, right? The government of Congress, how it has been scrambled with a lack of a proper leader, right? So with a lack of proper leadership, it has been scrambled, and till now it has been effectively under progress without a very less leadership. Without a very less leadership also, we can say that. So that's the reason why here the strategy, how it has been implementing, how the progress has been going on in the new rule of Aam Aadmi Party. So when I discuss about the central government and the Aam Aadmi Party or AAP government, the central government is just like BJP government, who is even been wants to dominate these Delhi states, or we can say that NCR, right? So how these territories, right, how these territories will definitely will come under BJP, that's the thinking of what that's the thinking of the BJP, while the thinking of Aam Aadmi Party is to make themselves rule in the states of in different states, thus that their footprint will leads to a very mass protest, right? So even the aim of this is to what is to demolish, is to decline the progress, the increment of BJP in different domains of different states, to demolish the corruption or to clear out the corruption. That's the main strategy here, it has been implemented. So here which I have said in the beginning itself, like memes, which even has represented in the films, right? So I hope you will definitely, I hope you have watched this film. So based upon this film, you might be having lot of memes based on Arvind Kejriwalji, who has criticized the film, who has said not to propagate the films, just to publish in YouTube, to make it license free. So these things makes a person more we can say that more informative. What kind of informative? Because what you have done in the past and what you are doing in the present, it matters a lot. You are doing the things in past, but you are not doing in the things present, definitely they are going to relate that. So there is a even there is a saying, even there is a quote about that the person will never forget the deeds you have done in the past, the person will definitely remember the faults which you have done. Okay, the person is not going to remember the things, the good things you have done in the past, but definitely he or she will definitely remember the bad things which you have done. So that's the life, that's how the strategy is being. So I hope you are getting what I usually want to say. So these things are not prior important with respect to parties. Just I want to give an idea about the central as well as the state independent parties, right? So that's the view in my opinion, in my view. So I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching my video. Thanks a lot.